I got a question if you don't mind me asking, please.
Go for it.
When S&P at 3,400 and inflation at 4%, wouldn't that be a soft landing? In my opinion, it would be, but what else could you ask for? But
You believe in fairy tales, AALB? I don't.
uh, uh, I'm young.
I know. Well, listen, anything's possible, I guess. Maybe the rules of engagement, the laws of finance have been repealed. I don't know. But I saw another because ALB, you and I talk. We're on the same page. I mean, we're of the same mind. I mean, had Nancy Lazar the other day came out with $180 S&P earnings estimate for 23. Even Mike Wilson, Morgan Stanley, and he's a short-term bull, long-term bear. They cut their numbers to 195 for next year. I saw Deutsche Bank at 190. So ALB, or Emma, explain to me how 3,800 to 3,900 with $190 in S&P earnings. That's before we get even crazy. Explain to me how that's an equilibrium low. Pretend I'm a
Yeah.
golden retriever or a small child. It's like it doesn't make any sense.
But here's the thing, right? Even if, let's say, there's a soft landing AELB, the companies that George is short are still shitcos, right? Like they're not going to survive in a 4%, interest rate
Mhm.
environment anyway, right? So, I
And
mean,
there ain't gonna be a soft landing.
I mean, I'm just saying, if that hypothesis is correct and you get to a 4% inflation rate, these are still shitcos, right? The stuff that Kathy Wood owns. So, you
Almost
know,
all of it, yeah. Not every single stock she owns.
okay, fair enough.
There's one company I know that's a good
Okay, fair
company.
enough, Emma. But
Yeah,
there
for
was
sure.
one. But there was one.
There was one.
But you know what all this adds up to my way of thinking. When this market turns, and who knows when it will turn, I think the speed with which this crap is going to collapse now. I mean, I just think we're all. I was shocked by how fast it went up. I think you're going to be surprised how quickly it goes down. And people say, what could cause it? Well, Emma, AELB, David, Green Candle. I don't think anybody in this room would be surprised, you know, if oil's up 10 or $20 in the next month. In fact, I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
Agreed.
So then explain to me what all these shit goes, to use Manskin's word, explain to me what all these shit goes do in that environment. In other words, I'm not going to predict what's going to happen. I have no idea. I'm just trying to share with you my thinking. And so the way the fund's set up right now, which is long energy and short shit goes, like I struggle. In fact, you know what? This would be a useful exercise, and I'm going to task Manskin or Emma or ALB or anybody who answer this question. Okay, because right now it's pretty clear. I'm long energy, short shit goes. Explain to me a plausible scenario. I didn't say any scenario. A plausible scenario in which that trade loses money. Emma, you want to have a shot at it first?
Um, no, because I don't think it's gonna. Well, I guess okay. Here's a plausible scenario. So China doesn't open, and everybody's always obsessed with China and overreacts on everything China says and does. So China makes a statement about COVID zero never going to end, and then the retail crowd gets a new stimmy checks courtesy of Joe Biden. And then they start buying up all these upstarts, shitcos, and then you are short and you lose money. I mean, it's like a short term,
Yeah,
unlikely.
that's plausible. And I guess if people get the idea that China's going to shut down even more, maybe bond yields go down even more. Interest rates go down. I don't know. People reach for duration. I don't know. Anyone else? That's a good guess, Emma.
I don't think that's going to happen, but
I
Yeah,
don't
but,
either. But I'd say AALB. You have a shot
Well,
at it. Explain to
yeah,
me. Go
oh
for it.
no, no, no. Well, I see AELB. We AELB. I'm AB, and we just got the EL, and you got, you probably forgot more than I'll ever know. So you go ahead, take a stab at it. I was gonna say something, but no, AELB, fucking run it, brother.
the only scenario that I would see the market not falling is if we had an increase in deficit spending. And you mentioned it, Emma. Are we going to have that? No way. Absolutely no way. So if you were to ask me, this market is going lower.
I mean, if the question is next month, George, there's obviously many ways. If you ask me to close my eyes and open it in 3 years, there's a very I couldn't give you a plausible explanation.
Agreed. Second that.
Well,
I
and that's
third
why,
that notion.
yeah, and
I
that's why
resemble those
that's why,
comments.
if you look at the bullshit, we put on the funding, it's full cycle investing, whatever. I mean, trying to get anyone who tries to get every zig and zag in this market, it's impossible. You can't. You can't. And then people don't want the volatility either. So you know what? This is an ETF. It's. I think volatility is part of the price of admission you got to pay if you're going to get those full cycle returns. And I'll plead guilty to maybe being a little bit too aggressive coming out the box.